Hi, this is Eirini from Eirini Mo Asks. And who do we have here today?
Hi, I'm Janel Koloski.
And we have Janelle here for American Baby. If you don't mind telling us a little bit about the film, please.
Sure. So the film is based in a small Texas town, and it's about a teenage girl, really a coming of age story. And I played her mother, and my daughter gets pregnant, and we navigate that together, living in a small Texas town. So you should definitely check it out.
How was it playing the mom?
It was wild because I have two children. They're my stepkids, but I just call them my kids, and they are exactly the same age as Abby or Ollie.
Mhm.
And so it was easy because I know that age really well, but also I had to think to myself, what if I was actually in this
Yeah.
position, as every actor does? You live truthfully under imaginary circumstances, but it was easy to embrace because I could easily end up there.
Yeah, I know it's such an unfortunate and bad or fortunate, depends. I mean, she kept the baby, which is good in my opinion. So, um, how did you do the accent? Because the accent was amazing. When I watched the film, I was thinking, where's she from? You know what I mean? You did it so well. So well done for that.
Thank you. Yes, so Tammy or Temi is Ukrainian, and she came over and she'd been in America for 20 years. So I really had to navigate that. They wanted an accent, but for it to not be too harsh. Um, and so for the audition, I worked with my dialect coach in New York City, Eliza Simpson, and she's amazing. And then it was really exciting once I booked the job. Naomi Todd was hired to work with me, so they provided a dialect coach. But I was very
Mm.
nervous. I really take dialect work seriously because you're representing someone else's heritage,
Yeah.
and it's a character in and of itself. So I have a lot of Russian and Ukrainian friends, and they would definitely let me know. So I don't even know how many hours I spent working on it, but thank you. It was really scary.
When you auditioned, did you actually have to audition with the accent?
Yes.
Ooh. And how long did you have from when you received the audition to actually learn it? You know what I mean? Because sometimes auditions are like, you need to do this by tomorrow.
I think it was 4 days, but it was also over the 4th of July weekend.
Oh,
And I was incredibly ill. So it actually makes it a really wonderful story. But that I ended up booking it. So I'm grateful that Eliza was willing to work with me over the holiday.
wow. When you auditioned, did you have to send a self-tape or was it face to face or was it like a Zoom call?
I did a self-tape, I submitted a tape, and then the callback and chemistry read with Abby was over Zoom, which was still strange because I couldn't see anyone. Because you're not going to act directly to camera. You still have to kind of look off. So even though they're there, you still have to pretend that Abby's there.
You're like, this piece of furniture is Abby.
Exactly.
Oh, and when you had the callback and the chemistry read, did you have to do that with an accent as well, or was that more of your normal one?
I did. And they
Oh.
chose the hardest scene for me to do, which, if you watch the film, I'm sure you can imagine which one that is. And I'm trying to stop Abby. I don't want to
Mm.
give away too much for the people that haven't seen the film, but I thought, oh, can I pull this off? I really hope so. I was so excited to get a call back. I was surprised. It's like you'll hear many actors say, I did my best work and I forgot about it. And then they called me and you're like, oh my goodness, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Did you get the role via your agent or your manager, or did you apply for it yourself?
It was my manager. Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. Did you have any challenges while you were filming? And they could be like emotional challenges, or they could be challenges with, the weather or any challenges.
Yeah, I would say challenges come up throughout, but it's always rewarding to harness that and work through it. As I said in the beginning, for the first audition, I was very sick. I basically had bronchitis, like this terrible
Mm.
cough. Um, but Tammy was luckily a smoker. And it's very funny because we got back from the 4th of July weekend. We were camping and all these things, and I was sick. And my husband, he's an amazing life partner, but also scene partner. He's an actor as well.
Mm.
And we taped the first scene the night before it was due. And I was getting very frustrated and I could not finish the second one. And he is actually the one that said, "You need to go to bed. You're done. You're out. You're benched." And I said, "Oh, are you going to get up at 6 a.m. and film the second scene with me?" He said, "I will, and you will kill it. Go to bed." So I'm grateful for him because we woke up. I woke up at 5,
Mm.
and I think one or two takes, and I nailed it. But I used my cough because of the smoking. I used it in the scene.
Mhm.
And then when we were filming in Texas, I had had a back injury, not it while filming, but I think 4 or 5 months prior. And so we had to work with a stunt person, and I was really nervous about that. And sometimes it would tweak, and I would have to try not to let that take over me. I think it was 100 degrees in the Texas sun. And the emotional recall was a lot because it's filmed so beautifully. My gosh, that film is beautiful, how
Mm.
they shot it. But they were trying to use as much natural light as possible instead of artificial.
Mhm.
So I had the accent and that all that emotional vulnerability, and you'd be ready, and they're like, "Wait, a cloud is coming."
Oh.
And then they're like, "Go." And then you had to go. And so, yeah, working with an accent and being so emotional, it was difficult. And I would encourage any actor out there to just go all in because I didn't think I was going to be able to do it, and but I was. And you need those experiences to build that confidence within yourself.
Yeah. And with the stunts, what stunts were there? I'm trying to think in the film. What were the films where you had to use a stunt for yourself?
So anytime someone has to hurt themselves, there has to be a stunt person to coordinate that. And
Oh, I
yes,
know
and
the
I had to
scene.
drive, and you're not
Uh-huh.
allowed to drive without a stunt coordinator, even down a hill.
Oh, no way. And the scene with when you're in the house, when you're breaking something, that's what you when you use the stunt as well.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it was fun. He was in the back seat while I was driving, and I just got the biggest kick out of it because he's laying down on the floor.
Hmm.
Because the idea is if something happened and the car got out of control, he could jump up and he's trained, to take over.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's really good.
Hmm.
Safety on set, very
Yes,
important.
important.
And how was it working with a kid? Well, obviously,
Oh,
a teenager, but still under 18.
Abby is a true professional. I was very lucky. There's a few other times where I've worked with kids and they were very sweet, but sometimes they would actually be shy and you couldn't connect with them as easily because they didn't maybe want to make eye contact sometimes, or I've worked with a few different kids. And me myself, I have a degree in teaching and I've always worked with children. I've always taught children, and like I said, I have my own. So I was just so grateful. Abby, I think she started acting when she was 5. So she was really there with me and she made it so easy. I mean, she definitely deserved to be the star of that film. She's a
Mm,
star.
yeah, she's a great actress for sure. And apart from this film, obviously I've watched it, really liked it. I spoke to the director as well, and I've asked her if she can do a part two.
Oh.
But but she said she doesn't think about having a part two. Although I think I would like it because I think there is some story about part two. So what are you planning to do next after this film? Because I know you're very busy.
Oh, yes. I've been auditioning a lot. I'm very grateful. First week of January, I had 6 auditions for commercials and film and TV. And so last year, actually, I got married, and
Oh, well
I,
done.
yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you. It was so much fun. But I said, I'm going to put production on my resume now because it really is event producing, and I did most of it myself. So last year took up a lot of time, and I had a really wonderful modeling contract in New York City. So grateful for that, but I had to kind of put down acting. An American Baby came out, and we won at the Austin Film Festival, and then Black Rabbit, which is on Netflix, came out, and I was in that as well. Exciting stuff, but now I'm so happy to be auditioning, and I just want to focus on acting this year. And I started making a documentary about my family. My brother, he has autism. And when he was diagnosed in the early 90s, my mother was told to put him in a mental institution. This must have been 1991 because he would always be in his own mind, and it's too hard, and it's best to carry on a normal life with your daughter. And obviously, my mom said no.
Yeah, of
And
course.
I can't imagine not knowing my brother,
Mm,
but it was hard. It was hard for everyone.
hmm
So, and it was worth it. But I really want for the community, um, the autism community and special needs in general, and for those parents and families. And I also thought it would be more of a sibling story, and it's all going different ways, when you start something.
mm,
I just want to shed a light on just how special it all is, good, bad. I have a great sense of humor, so there are little things that I think people appreciate that I'll put in there.
hmm
I really look up to my mom. I really respect her because she didn't back down,
hmm
and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, yeah, it's strange that they said for him to go to a mental institution. I'm so glad she didn't do it. Yeah, I would really like to see the documentary when it comes out. When do you think it's going to come out?
I think I could finish the documentary by the end of this year
hmm
because my mom taped us VHS when we were kids. And so I'm sifting through that footage. I digitized it, and she wrote 4 or 5, maybe 6 journals, uh, all her thoughts when she
hmm
was going through this. And so I'm going through those as well. And I want to do a few interviews with the doctors that helped her and the therapists and maybe some of the parents I know.
hmm
And then from there, I'm turning it into a series. I thought it would be a film, a narrative, but the story is too big. And
hmm
so I want to show my mom's perspective, my perspective, my dad. My brother is very high functioning now. He was nonverbal, but because of everything she did, now he speaks and doesn't stop talking, which is
Oh, that's
is
good.
funny. He's wonderful. So whatever he has to share about his life experience, I would like to put that out there.
hmm
It's a big project, but probably the most important story I will tell in my lifetime. I think so.
Mm.
Yeah.
That could help other parents and definitely the autism community for sure.
Mhm.
Have you spoken to that community about it?
I've started to, and I've been met with tears, appreciation, encouragement. Um, and a lot of people feel shame, which is another thing that I want to touch on. It's very strange. Like growing up with my brother, I would be like, Joe, you're amazing how you are, but can we, we're working on social skills. Can we try to be like a little more normal, right? Let's like fit in because people would attack him. And
Mm,
then I would go to these other, neurotypical adults that have it all together and don't have special needs and say, can you cut him some slack?
mm,
He's a human. And
mm,
I'm being very kind in how I'm saying this right now. This is not normally how I talk, but I'm being interviewed.
mhm.
But from a young age, 6 years old, I had to go to adults and say, stop picking on my brother.
For adults as well, that's really bad.
Yes. Well, people fear what they don't understand, and all
Mm,
this insecurity comes out, and somehow it can become a herd mentality to just attack what's different. And so
mm,
it's super important, this film, because it's not just about autism or special needs. It's really about that. People thinking about others and having empathy and just
mm,
trying to, because I asked my mother, what would be your message? And for me, because I grew up watching her having conversations with people that maybe she hated because they were so cruel,
yeah.
but she knew that was the way to make change. She had to be able to connect and find a middle ground.
Mhm,
But she said, we're all a little different, but
mhm,
some of us can mask better than others. We can put that mask on and pretend we're cool, right?
mm,
And we
mm,
can fit in. But
mhm.
everybody's got something going on. So she says, I wish people would be really, accepting of that and
Mhm,
give him some space.
mm. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense actually. Oh. Yeah, I really want to see that when it comes out for sure. And then you should submit it for festivals.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Your motivation work. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, yes. I'm very excited about this. I've been coaching for a few years now. I love helping creatives take all their skill sets and make money with them, actually working in the industries they want to work in. There's this thing of starving artist or only celebrities have money, and it's all a lie. Because when I entered the industry, I was juggling four survival jobs. And then something clicked. I was like, okay, what are all the types of modeling I can do? Acting, hosting, how can I work in production? I need to be in the industry meeting people that I actually want to work with. I need to enjoy my life, not just be like hoping one day it'll work out.
Mm.
It's no way to live. So, I've helped a lot of actors build out their teams and models and photographers and makeup artists, and they're working now, and I'm so excited for them. And so I thought, what do I really teach? You know, whether I'm doing my public speaking, talking on a podcast, my friend and I have a podcast as well, and anything. And it's really about taking agency over your life, taking control of what you can. Like, look at my mother, perfect example. That person said, you can't do this. And she said, no, I'm going to make these changes. Actors can do that. Oh, the industry is so hard, it's changing. Great. What can you do?
Yeah, yeah.
And you could be a banker. It could be a fitness goal. I just really want to encourage everybody, stop focusing on what you can't control. It's just a waste of your time and energy. And don't compare yourself to other people because it's you against you.
Hmm.
And I would say as an actor, that's why I don't really believe in competition. And sometimes people challenge me, well, there's one role. But if I show up 100% Janelle, and that's meant to be mine, you're not taking it.
Mm. Yeah.
But if I show up in the room and it's you and your vibe, there is no way I'm getting that job. I can't be you. So I encourage everyone to just increase your chances by focusing on what you can control rather than being like, oh, they got it, but they don't deserve it. Or what about me? Just run for it.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, because we're all different. That's the thing.
Right.
And I get exactly what you mean. So would you be able to say like some steps that people should follow in order to achieve their dreams, some kind of high level steps?
Yes, so I was ready to quit. And then I asked myself, which everyone should, and you know the answer, don't listen to anybody else. Am I really meant to do this? I said to myself. I mean, I was really at my wit's end, you know. And that small little voice inside said yes. I knew if I gave up, I would regret it forever. And so I had met a woman at a print casting, and she did modeling and acting full time. And she just really encouraged me to treat it like a business. So many creatives out there, they're not treating their job like a business. Like you want to make money and you're working in the industry, that's business. Many times people aren't consistent. So you really have to sit down. And I learned, okay, I'm not submitting regularly. I submit a lot one week and then give up for 4 weeks.
Mm,
Or I'm not talking to my agent every month. I'm talking to them every 6 months. Or I'm afraid to approach this type of character because I don't feel I'm good enough. Well, get good enough.
yeah.
That's exactly what you need to work on then. This is all the things I'm talking about that you can control.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
these are the steps. So I usually have my clients write down under business, craft, and self-care, like business is administrative, the agency stuff, craft, we know what that is. Self-care, not just bubble baths. Maybe you need to take a walk or get off social media. But really listing all you can do, all that excites you, and be honest with yourself. How often are you doing it? And sometimes people freak out because they're like, well, I don't know a year from now, or I don't want to be locked in. Every week you can do a shift.
Mm,
But if you're just going to keep freezing and procrastinating because you're afraid about making like the wrong choice or step, it's only going to hold you up. So I encourage everybody to like write it all down. It's powerful putting pen to paper and prioritizing what scares you every week.
mhm.
Like someone sent me photos. No, the footage from the film. I avoided looking at that footage because I was not sure about that accent. But my husband is like, you gotta look at it. So baby steps, I looked at it with the sound off and I was like, is that believable? I was like, this is pretty good. I'm pretty grounded. I don't know about that. Okay. That's, we're always like, that's what they went with. Okay. That's the edit. But I knew I had to face it, and I almost didn't even go to the film festival. And I'm so grateful that I went because if I had allowed my fear to hold me back, I wouldn't have met so many people.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to really finish that journey of making the film. And it also helped me connect people with the documentary. Um, and so one last practical tip, if as a model, for example, there's production fit, showroom, runway, there's parts modeling, there's so many different types, acting, we know, TV, film, theater, voiceover. There's so many different types of jobs that you can do. Really put your thinking cap on and say, what aligns with me? What am I naturally skilled at? Like nobody wants Janelle in a runway. We don't. It doesn't look good. I don't have it. But production fit is the perfect job for me. And sometimes people will say, well, I'm not a model, so I can't work as often as you. Look, my husband was on Broadway. I'm not going to be on Broadway. I'm not a singer. I have another friend where he works and he does commercials full time. He's like the commercial guy. Pay attention to you
Yeah.
and what you're good at, write it down, and get your money.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, that's good advice. That's really good advice. And if people want to approach you, I guess they go to your website and they can approach you for your motivation work, right?
Yeah, and go to the website and my Instagram. It's
Mhm.
just my name, Janelle Koloski, official. Someone tried to take my name, which was funny, so I had to. I mean, all right. They had to put
Oh,
official on it.
oh, oh. Well, thank you so much. That was really useful. And for our audience, that's very useful advice from Janelle. And if you want to approach her, you can go to her Instagram and you can go to her website as well. Thank you so much. Best of luck with everything else that you do. And it's been very inspirational as well to speak to you.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you for having me.
Of course. Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.